I welcome you all in this lecture. In this lecture, I am going to talk about the design of couplings, and in this lecture, I am going to cover the basic part of couplings. So first of all, we'll see the definition of couplings. So a coupling can be defined as a mechanical device that permanently joins two rotating shafts to each other. So basically, these couplings are used to connect two rotating shafts to each other during the power transmission. For example, a coupling is used to join output shaft of engine to the input shaft of hydraulic pump. Similarly, a coupling is used to join output shaft of electric motor to the input shaft of gearbox. Also, a coupling is used to join the output shaft of electric motor to the input shaft of compressor. So these are some examples where the coupling is used. Okay. So if you see all these three examples, so in first example, the engine shaft, that is known as input shaft, is connected to the shaft of hydraulic pump. In the second example, the output shaft of electric motor is connected to the shaft of gearbox. In the third example, the shaft of electric motor, which we called it as an output shaft, it is connected to the shaft of compressor, which is called as input shaft of compressor. When the axes are collinear or the same line, the rigid or flexible couplings are used. So you just remember this very important point. When the axes of shafts are collinear or are in the same line, we have to use a rigid or flexible couplings. Rigid couplings is used when there is a perfect alignment between the shaft. Okay, so out of these two couplings, rigid and flexible, a rigid coupling is used when there is a perfect alignment between the two shafts. Flexible coupling is capable of tolerating a small amount of misalignment between the shaft. Okay, so this is the basic difference between the rigid coupling and flexible coupling. So whenever there is a perfect alignment between the two shafts, we can go for a rigid coupling. But remember that the rigid coupling is not capable to withstand a misalignment between the shaft. On the other hand, flexible coupling is capable to tolerate a little amount of misalignment between the shafts. Now let us talk about the difference between the rigid and flexible couplings. So first of all, let us consider the first point for the rigid coupling. A rigid couplings cannot tolerate misalignment between the axis of the shaft. It can be only used when there is a precise alignment between the shafts. The flexible coupling, due to provision of flexible elements like bush or disc, can tolerate 0.5 degree of angular misalignment and 5 mm of axial displacement between the shafts. So this is the basic difference. A rigid coupling cannot tolerate misalignment. On the other hand, flexible coupling can tolerate the misalignment of 0.5 degree of angular misalignment and 5 mm of axial displacement between the shaft. Now the second point. It can be used only where the motion is free from shocks and vibrations. So no flexible elements are provided or no flexible elements are required. Okay. But here in the flexible coupling, the flexible elements provided in the flexible coupling to absorb the shock and vibrations. So as we know that the flexible couplings are preferred when there is a misalignment between the shaft, and whenever there is a misalignment, there will be some shocks, there will be some vibrations in the system, and to absorb these shock and vibrations, we have to use some flexible elements that can absorb these shock and vibrations. So such flexible elements are required in the flexible couplings, but such elements are not required in the rigid couplings. Rigid coupling is simple and inexpensive because there are no such complicated flexible elements are required, which are costlier. Here, flexible couplings are comparatively costlier due to additional parts. So which type of additional parts are required? So these flexible elements like a rubber bush are used in the flexible coupling to absorb shock and vibrations. Also, to tolerate the misalignment between the axis of shafts. So thanks for watching this video. If you have any query related to this lecture, you can mention in the comment section.